The News at Noon starts right now.
Folks on the north side saw a good downpour last night, and there's more rain on the radar this noon.
And all that rain can lead into flash flooding. Just take a look at this. The city of Kerrville posted this on Facebook just in the past hour. Now, this is the Guadalupe River in downtown Kerrville. The Kerrs County Sheriff's Office says that almost every low water crossing in that community is dangerous right now.
That's impressive water right there flowing, but who else is in the path of these showers? Sarah Spivey has been tracking all of this for us. And a look outside with live cam. We're seeing that water collected right there on Binns Engelman and 35. Sarah, what can you tell us?
Yeah, so the heaviest of the rain has now transitioned over San Antonio in pockets, but we're still seeing flooding up in the hill country from the rivers out there. So let's go ahead and take a look at where some of the heaviest of the rain is falling right now. We've got very heavy rain working its way through downtown San Antonio, Almost Park, Monte Vista, the Pearl, Jefferson High School. This area really does not drain all that well. And so keep in mind that there are going to be some ponding issues on the road with flooding issues on the road. So minor flooding. So be very careful. Those low levels and those lower underpasses, be very careful of those. We've got some heavy rain falling near Palo Alto College. Now, generally this area missed out on the rain in a big way yesterday. And you can see that this is moving at a clip to the east. So areas that missed out on the rain yesterday, you are going to see some good rainfall here within the next about 30 minutes or so. We've also got some very heavy rain working its way up toward and through Bulverde, Garden Ridge, Selma, Schertz, coming down quite a bit, about 7 inches an hour. So a quick 2-3 inches of rain is not out of the question for these areas. That is going to lead to ponding on the roads. Also got some heavy rain near Floresville. But that video you saw from Kerrville, impressive, of Guadalupe River. You can see there's still a flash flood warning in this area until 1:15. Even though we've really only got light to moderate rain in these areas right now, all of that rain from earlier has to drain off. And we saw about 7 inches of rain in many areas, including Bandera County, where we've got a flash flood warning in effect until 12:15. That's for flash flooding, but we've also got river flooding ongoing for the Guadalupe River from Hunt to Kerrville to Comfort, and also for the Medina River as it heads into the very bone dry Medina Lake. Medina Lake only 2% full. All of this water moving into Medina Lake at the moment, but I want to focus on that river there in Guadalupe River, just to the west of Kerrville. The Guadalupe River at Hunt is expected to reach moderate flood levels here within the next couple of hours by 3 p.m. It's expected to reach a moderate flood crest of 13.2 feet. So that picture you saw at the beginning of the show of the Guadalupe River, the river will rise even more through this afternoon before it starts to head back down. So be very careful in the Kerrville area, in the Medina River area near to Bandera. You want to avoid those riverbanks if possible. For the rest of the day, what we're going to see is a few lingering showers and storms in the afternoon, but this is kind of the main show today for us. What's going on right now, high temperature of only 82. I'm going to be back to take a look at how much rain has fallen over the last 24 hours. It's impressive, and how that could potentially help out the aquifer. Tiffany, Erica.
Thank you, Sarah. An accident on the job has left a utility worker dead, according to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. The man, identified as 32-year-old Clayton Closell, was an employee of CPS Energy. Investigators say he was part of a crew working to restore electricity to homes in the area of Culebra Road and Talley Road. They say he was on a utility pole when it was hit by a power surge. He was electrocuted. Co-workers tried to revive him, but he died. We have placed several calls to CPS Energy, but so far there has been no response. San Antonio police say a woman died after someone shot her overnight while she was sitting outside at a bar downtown. However, officers still don't know where the bullet came from. We've since learned that woman has died. It happened around midnight on East Crockett near I-37 in East Houston. Police say the 29-year-old woman was sitting on the top patio of Sky Bar downtown and was struck by a bullet in her upper back. She was taken to the hospital in critical condition, where she later died. Police say nobody knows exactly where the shot came from, but officers say it might have been from the parking lot or the highway.
A woman who was convicted of stealing over $100 million from the U.S. Army has been sentenced to 15 years in federal prison. 57-year-old Janet Mello, dubbed the Gucci Goddess, pleaded guilty to 10 charges back in March. Investigators say it happened while she worked as a civilian financial program manager at Fort Sam Houston. She took millions that were supposed to help the community and spent it on jewelry, clothing, and real estate. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle has resigned.
In a letter to the workforce, Cheadle said she takes full responsibility for the security lapse on July 13th, when a gunman got onto a roof and attempted to assassinate former President Donald Trump.
ABC's Christiane Cordero reports this comes after Cheadle faced growing calls to step down.
In a letter sent to the workforce and obtained by ABC News, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle says she does not want these calls for her resignation to be a distraction from the work the agency does and its mission. Cheadle's resignation comes just one day after her searing testimony in front of the House Oversight Committee investigating the attempted assassination of Donald Trump on July 13th. During that hearing, both Democratic and Republican Congress members asked question after question about how the gunman was able to get onto the roof at that Pennsylvania rally. She revealed a local SWAT team spotted the gunman on the roof approximately 18 minutes before Trump took the stage, adding the Secret Service was alerted between 2 and 5 times about a suspicious person before the first shots were fired. Cheadle claims word of a possible threat was never given to the Secret Service. If it had, she says Trump would not have been allowed to take the stage. House Speaker Mike Johnson met with Cheadle before her testimony yesterday. He shared his thoughts immediately after her resignation today.
The immediate reaction to her resignation is that it is overdue. She should have done this at least a week ago. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that she has heeded the call of both Republicans and Democrats.
Investigations into the shooting are still ongoing. President Joe Biden today thanked Cheadle for her service, adding, quote, "We all know what happened that day cannot happen again." Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
We've had migrants come through our home. We have helicopters flying around our home at all hours of the night and day.
My light bill has been higher than ever in my life. That's one thing I've noticed. The gas prices, they go down for a little bit, but then go back up.
With just over 3 months away from the election, we are launching a new project focused on politics and hearing from voters like you. Tonight on the Night Beat, Stefania Jimenez has a preview of the first episode of Your Voice South Texas. She visits Uvalde to hear from residents about the things they care about. They talk about everything from immigration to the economy, how people are impacted, and what they want to see come November. You can catch a preview of Your Voice South Texas right here on KSAT tonight at 10. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. If you're trying to find ways to not spend so much on your monthly power bill, or maybe even give feedback to your power company for CPS Energy customers, you have the chance to do just that. Tomorrow, CPS Energy is hosting 2 open house sessions. The first goes from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. and then another 2-hour afternoon session will run from 5:30 to 7:30. Both will take place at CPS headquarters on McCullough Avenue. Of course, all this information is on our website, KSAT.com.
Trending right now on KSAT.com, after 40 years of serving the West Side, the Acadiana Cafe is closing its doors. The restaurant's owner announced they'll close next month. The property has been sold to the Hacienda Vallarta Restaurant Group. The Cajun and Southern style favorite will officially close on August 29th.
And this isn't the only restaurant closing its doors. Over the past few months, other businesses made similar decisions, including the Rustic and a second Jim's restaurant location. Do you know of others? You can comment on this article on KSAT.com.
Taking a look right now live at Live Cam. This is at Benz Engelman and I-35. We getting a lot of rain in that area. See it kind of ponding there on the roadway. Let's go to Sarah with more on the weather.
Yeah, just be very careful as you're driving out and about in San Antonio. We've got some very heavy rain moving through downtown San Antonio up toward Garden Ridge. But the biggest story this morning has been the flash flooding in Kerrville, Bandera. Those areas really seeing a lot of rain over the last 2 2 days, mainly so over the last 24 hours. 7 to 10 inches of rain in some of these areas. What I've outlined here for you is the Edwards Aquifer. You can see that this is going to be good rain for the aquifer, but be careful out there. The aquifer already up a foot over the past 24 hours, but I really expect it to rise even more. Unfortunately, on the rise, molds as well, which are high today. I'll be back to take a closer look at neighborhood rainfall totals and, of course, the rain moving through San Antonio coming up in just a bit.
Welcome back. We're keeping a close eye on this rain, especially in areas like Kerrville. The Kerr County Sheriff's Office is posting that almost every low water crossing in Kerr County is extremely hazardous right now, Sarah.
That's right. That's because those areas in Kerrville, Kerr County, Bandera County, they have seen over 7 inches of rain in the last 24 hours in that area. And while those are the areas that are the most drought stricken, it's too much of a good thing all at one time, resulting in some flooding issues. But let's go ahead and take a look at the radar. Some of the heaviest rain right now is moving through San Antonio. We can go ahead and zoom into San Antonio. I'm going to go ahead and pause this. These are generally moving to the east-northeast, and you can see some of the heaviest rain falling in neighborhoods near to Alamo Heights, Kirby. These areas broadly missed out on the rainfall in a big way yesterday, and so they're going to see some of those gaps of the rainfall start to fill in. Now, a quick maybe inch of rain for some of these folks is entirely possible over the next about let's say 15 minutes or so. Canyon Lake area about to get hit by some more heavier rainfall, also near to Garden Ridge and New Braunfels. Some heavier rain near Santa Clara, Marion, Green, and New Braunfels as well, near to Bulverde. Right along 281 there between Hollywood Park and Bulverde. I'm going to show you the rainfall rates here. This is how hard the rain is falling. That's another term for rainfall rates, how hard the rain is falling. Anywhere you see these purples, we've got a rainfall rate of about 6 to 7 inches an hour. That means if this shower or storm was to park itself right near Bulverde, that would for an hour, that would result in 6 inches of rainfall. Instead, what we're seeing is a quick 2 inches of rainfall because, again, these are moving to the northeast. As we go ahead and take a look a little bit farther to the west, I want to show you just how much rain has fallen in the last 24 hours. Near Kerrville, you can see in some of these areas we've got 6 to 8 inches of rainfall. Near Bandera, about 7 inches of rainfall as well in those areas. So this is exactly why there's a flash flood warning in effect in these areas. And even nearer to Mountain Home, take a look at that. About 10 inches of rainfall, 12 inches of rainfall nearer to Mountain Home. This is why the Guadalupe River is flooding. This is why the Medina River is flooding. So I want you to be very careful there. Let's go ahead and take a look a little bit closer to San Antonio to show you the 24-hour rainfall totals in these areas. You can see near Hollywood Park, Leon Springs, these neighborhoods, 2 to 4 inches of rain. Helotes, Bulverde, 2 to 4 inches of rainfall. And then a little bit closer to the airport. These are the areas that are starting to see the rain kind of fill in because it's been fairly sparse, but now the rain is starting to fill in a little bit less than an inch, but we should see a quick inch of rainfall here in just a second. I want to focus on the rivers. Guadalupe River, Medina River, both flooding at the moment. Guadalupe River in particular experiencing moderate flooding here within the next couple of hours, cresting at 13 feet by 3 p.m. This is at Hunt, but all along the Guadalupe River, we're going to see some flooding issues. So be very careful if you're in Kerr County over the next, I would say, 3 to 4 hours or so. Just try to avoid those riverbanks if at all possible. The most important thing, even though this rain is good, is to remember safety. Turn around, don't drown. That is the key point here that I would love to stress to you all. And you can see that in the Futurecast, what we're starting to see is that most of the rain is going to start to taper off throughout the rest of the afternoon as it moves to the east, and we'll see a few lingering showers later on tonight, but for the most part, this is the main show. What we're seeing right now is the main show. So looking at KSAT 12-hour forecast, about 60% coverage. There are still some neighborhoods that are missing out on the rain right now, and then later on tonight, it'll be about 40% coverage. Temperatures in the 70s by midnight. It's in the 70s right now. And tomorrow, less coverage. All right, so we had 60 to 70% today, less coverage tomorrow, about 40%, but still a few downpours in the afternoon. We'll be looking at a high of 87 in San Antonio. And speaking of highs in the 80s, temperatures are only going to be in the 80s in the next several days. In late July, this is impressive to see daily rain chances in late July. As we know in San Antonio, rain, it's feast and famine, right? You sometimes get a lot of rain all at once, and then we've had 2 long years of drought. So this is, even though there's some flooding issues, this is really good news for us in San Antonio and the Hill Country. Please be safe. Remember, turn around, don't drown. And coming up, you're going to want to stick around because I've gotten so many pictures on KSAT Connect, so many videos. I want to show your pictures and videos here within the next 10-15 minutes. Tiffany?
Thank you, Sarah.
Well, this is the perfect time of day to be staying inside and watching some SA Live and the news show. And we got Jen and Fiona there at Market Square.
Hey there.
Hi, ladies.
I think it would be safe to say that most pet parents treat their pets like royalty.
Oh,
in
yes,
addition
for sure.
to family, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we want to know, what would your pet's royal title be?
Yes. How many dogs do you guys have?
I have one. I have a mini poodle, and I think he'd be like Sir Biggie.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I have a toy mini Yorkie. She's so tiny, but her personality is very big. So, I mean, she's a little princess for sure. So, I mean,
There you go.
Princess Mia, because that's her name, Mia.
Aww. Yeah, well, we have some
love
help
that,
too,
yeah.
right? We have a little generator template, so if people watching can't come up with one, I think it's based on the first letter of the pet's name.
Okay.
So that's always fun too.
so watch for that.
Yes, stay tuned. We also have lots of delicious food, including
I was
some
like,
peach
he'll have
recipes.
to be cooking
guys.
something today.
Yep, peach recipes, and they are in season right now. So we've got a lot coming up, ladies. We'll see you in a bit.
Awesome. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
The Spurs have announced that they re-signed Sandro Mamu. It's a reported 1-year deal worth $2.2 million. Coach Pop praised Mamu several times last season and said, quote, "He's like my favorite player," end quote. Mamu averaged 11.4 points and 9.9 rebounds during the final 8 games last season.
Jeff Traylor spent some time at the coaching convention the past couple of days. He said he still considers himself a Texas high school football coach. He had some fun at a coach's social at Pinkerton's barbecue last night, and then today his Q&A with the media at 10 this morning. And that's when he talked about moving on from his longtime quarterback, Frank Harris, one of the toughest dudes around.
You can't overstate how important Frank Harris was to our program and what he's done. And still does, by the way. He's still our biggest supporter. I think he'll be the mayor of San Antonio one day. You know, there's a lot of great about Frank. The thing that Frank struggled with, he was such a competitor. He didn't avoid contact very much. So he was injured quite a bit in his career. So we've had to play a lot of quarterbacks through the last 4 years. And Eddie and Owen both got to play, you know, quite a bit last year. And that's painful last year whenever you're trying to grow up new quarterbacks, but it's going to help us this year. We feel great about both those young men, whichever one we decide to go with, because they've got to play so much last year.
After his time at the coaching convention, Coach Traylor left for Arlington to take part in the AAC kickoff.
Delta Airlines now facing a probe from the Department of Transportation as it still struggles to get all of its planes back in the air following last week's global IT outage at CrowdStrike. I'm Alexis Christoforous. I'll have that story coming up.
Welcome back. We're taking a look outside with live cam. 74 degrees. The roads and the highways, all of it, very slippery right now because that rain continues to fall. And we've been following in Kerrville where we've seen that flash flooding.
Yeah, and it's getting to the point where now they're saying that all their areas of low water crossings are dangerous at this point.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Sarah now, who's going to give us the latest on where this rain is and how much more we could be getting.
The heaviest is moving through parts of San Antonio right now, but I want to show you, as promised, the KSAT Connect videos. This is impressive. This is the Johnson Fork of the Guadalupe River near Mountain Home in northern Kerr County. Take a look at how the river is flooding. All of this water is going to be moving downstream. Look at that. All of this water is going to be moving downstream along the river toward Hunt, toward Kerrville. So keep that in mind. We expect to see some additional flooding along the river as well. So this is sent in through our KSAT Connect feature on our weather app and also on KSAT.com by Jenny. Thank you so much for sending in that picture. I want to show you all just some more. This is San Antonio now. This is 1604 in the Lock Hill Selma underpass sent in by Christian. And you can see this is the kind of flooding you want to avoid in the underpasses. Turn around, don't drown is the thing we're really trying to stress here. This is from NOAA. Let's go ahead and take a look at some other videos here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is in Bandera. This is the Medina River. Y'all know that Medina Lake is bone dry right now. It's practically a puddle. But the Medina River is going to be draining into Medina Lake here. And take a look at the flooding here. Up on those river banks, it's at about minor to moderate flood stage, but this is why there's also a warning for the Medina River. Medina River, Guadalupe River, both of those rivers really starting to flood. Take a look at some of these other pictures. This is in Bandera County, over 5 inches of rain there sent in by Joe. Thank you, Joe. We've got some more here that I want to show everybody. This is the northeast part of Bandera County, and you can see the flooding starting to go across the streets, things like that. So the Hill Country has been the hardest hit of the areas. There's a road there, so be very careful. Watch out for that water over the road. Hill Country has been the hardest hit, but we are still seeing some of the heavy rain across San Antonio. I'll be back to take a more in-depth look at the radar, but I'd love if you could send in more pictures to KSAT Connect. We'd love to show them on air and online. Tiffany.
Thank you, Sarah. New details this noon in a shooting investigation. Police tell us a man started shooting a gun inside an apartment and those bullets flew into a neighbor's home. That's according to a witness that called police. All this prompted San Antonio police officers to evacuate an entire apartment building at a complex near Northwest Loop 410 and Evers Road. Police tried to get the suspect to come out, but they weren't able to do that. When officers eventually forced entry into the apartment, they found that the suspect was not there. Police say they know who the suspect is and will find him later. Residents were allowed back into their apartments. No injuries were reported.
The Bexar County Sheriff's Office remembering one of its own. 20-year-old Deputy Meredith Portillo was one of 3 people that died in a crash over the weekend when the car she was driving was hit by a wrong-way driver. Sheriff Javier Salazar said Meredith had been with the Sheriff's Office for less than a year. She planned to join the Special Emergency Response Team. Meredith was off duty at the time of the crash. She had 2 other passengers in her car, and one of them also died. As for that wrong-way driver, he was also killed in that crash.
Vice President Kamala Harris is in the battleground state of Wisconsin today as her campaign for the White House kicks into high gear. Harris has now secured the support of enough Democratic delegates to become her party's nominee against Republican Donald Trump as top Democrats rally to her in the aftermath of President Biden's decision to end his bid for re-election. The campaign set a new 24-hour record for presidential donations yesterday, raising more than $81 million. Speaking to campaign staff in Wilmington, Harris quickly leaned into the themes that will be prominent in her campaign against Trump over the coming 100 days. She's casting herself as a defender of economic opportunity and abortion access.
The U.S. Department of Transportation now launching an investigation into Delta Airlines. This comes as the airline struggles to get back on track after a global IT meltdown last week. ABC's Alexis Christoforous explains passengers, especially in major hub cities, say they've had enough.
As the travel nightmare drags into a fifth day, word from the Department of Transportation, there's now an investigation into Delta Airlines over the recent flight disruptions and surge in consumer complaints. Delta struggling to bounce back after the CrowdStrike computer outage last week. Despite other airlines getting back on track, Delta again today had to cancel hundreds of flights after canceling around 1,100 flights yesterday and more than 5,000 since Friday, according to flight tracking site FlightAware. Some travelers stranded, many frustrated.
We all understand we're subject to computer failures. At this point, you've had 4 days to figure it out.
Today, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg announcing the investigation into Delta Airlines, writing, to ensure the airline is following the law and taking care of its passengers during continued widespread disruptions. Delta responding to the investigation, saying in part, Delta teams are working tirelessly to care for and make it right for customers impacted by delays and cancellations as we work to restore the reliable, on-time service they have come to expect from Delta.
I think there's one flight on Thursday, and it's like over $2,000 or something ridiculous.
The outage happening on a weekend Delta says was their busiest of the summer, where booked loads exceeded 90%. On Capitol Hill, House leaders demanding answers from CrowdStrike CEO George Kurtz, calling on him to testify before Congress to explain how a software update from Microsoft led to what's considered the largest IT outage in history that also affected hospitals, banks, and other crucial systems. CrowdStrike says it is actively in contact with congressional committees. In 2022, 10 of the largest U.S. airlines agreed to a series of customer service commitments in the event of delays and disruptions within the airline's control. That includes things like rebooking passengers at no additional cost. Alexis Christoforous, ABC News, New York.
It's something everyone has in their home, and although you might like to ignore that dust, don't. After the break, why it could be bad for your health.
Did you know over 280,000 people living in Bexar County have some form of diabetes? Well, this summer, the YMCA Greater San Antonio is teaching kids about preventing type 2 diabetes. It's all thanks to a partnership with Camp Project from the American Diabetes Association. This camp teaches kids who are at risk for type 2 diabetes about nutrition and fun ways to be active, like bike riding, swimming, and playing basketball.
We really want to introduce that activity, eating healthy can be easy. It doesn't have to be so hard.
Now, this camp is all week long at the Westside Family YMCA. Parents, if you want to learn more, just head to our website, KSAT.com.
Dust bunnies might sound cute, but we all know they're really a pest, and they could be hiding some dangerous particles. As digital journalist Ivan Herrera tells us, that could cause serious health issues.
Few of us think much about dust, except how to get rid of it.
On the surface, dust appears to be skin, hair, and dander. But take a closer look and you can find unhealthy substances, including heavy metal fragments like lead paint, fungi, mold, mites, microplastics, and forever chemicals for PFAS.
Because we're surrounded by dust, we breathe it in, which can irritate our lungs and trigger allergies and asthma in the short term. In the long term, some of the chemicals are linked to diabetes, various cancers, reproductive problems, and serious health issues. While battling dust is certainly a challenge, it's not impossible.
A good air purifier that uses HEPA filters is designed to capture at least 99.97% of particles 0.3 micrometers in diameter, the size of many dust particles.
For a small room, CR recommends this Germ Guardian model. For larger rooms, check out the Blue Air Blue Pure 211i Max. Another weapon in your dust-battling arsenal, a good vacuum with tight seals and excellent filters to keep vacuumed up debris from spewing back into the air. In CR's rigorous tests, the Kenmore Elite Pet Friendly Upright checked all those boxes. Running a dehumidifier in the basement may help reduce humidity in the whole house and limit the spread of dust mites and allergens they produce. This Medea is the highest rated dehumidifier in CR's tests. Finally, keeping shoes in a closet or on a shoe rack near the door, swapping out fabric curtains for shades, and opting out for area rugs or just bare floors instead of carpets are other ways to help you greatly reduce your exposure to dust. Ivan Herrera, KSAT 12 News.
Taking a look at live cam, this is over there at I-35 and Benz Engelman. The rain that's fallen so far, ponding in that area, something that we're kind of seeing throughout those places that have seen rain.
Right, and then TxDOT had recently shared online to slow down, pay attention, turn around, don't drown. And if you see all of that, Sarah, what can you tell us right now?
Well, the intensity of the rain is starting to go down. So the intensity of the rain really, as you can see, has decreased just within the last 30 minutes or so. But we do have some light to moderate rain moving into eastern Bexar County near Poth. Very heavy rainfall for New Braunfels and Comal County at the moment. That's where the heaviest of the rain is falling. Where we've got flash flood warnings in Kerr and Bandera County, rain is starting to come to an end. So those rivers, even though they're full right now, they should start to drain later on today, which is good news. But take a look at how much rain has fallen over the Edwards Aquifer. That's what I've outlined here. In the last 24 hours, 7 to 10 inches of rain in this area. That is going to be good news for the aquifer. The aquifer is only up a foot since the past 24 hours, but it is rising. Good news for our aquifer. In the pollen count today, we've got molds. They're high. They're down from yesterday, though, at 9,000. Coming up, a neighborhood view of rainfall totals so far, and I'll have a look at how this could potentially help out the drought as well.
Welcome back. We've been talking weather all noon, and there's still a lot, and there's still more chances of rain as well.
Yes, Sarah.
There is. That's the key thing. If you haven't received as much rain as you want, more rain is possible in the coming days, but some areas have seen too much of a good thing. I'm showing you flood warnings along the Guadalupe River and the Medina River. Take a look at your screen. Here's a video of the Guadalupe River in downtown San Antonio. This is from Dwayne Simpson. Thank you, Dwayne. This is the upper dam there at downtown Kerrville. You can see how the water is just spilling over that dam. And then this is in Kerrville as well from Jane Barron. Thank you so much for sending in this picture as well. But the Guadalupe River and the Medina River are in the middle of some flooding at the moment, moderate flooding occurring in those areas. So let's go back to our graphics. I'm showing you here the Guadalupe River at Hunt, so a little bit farther upstream from Kerrville. And you can see that the Guadalupe River is expected to peak at 13.2 feet, which is a moderate crest, a moderate flood level around 3 p.m. After 3 p.m., it will start to descend and will be out of the flood stages by the late hours of this evening. But still, for the next couple of hours, please be very careful if you live or work around the Guadalupe River in Kerr County, or if you live and work near the Medina River in parts of nearer to Bandera and in Bandera County. So be very careful of that, please. We've also got flash flood warnings, meaning that as the water drains across these areas in the hill country near Kerr County, Mountain Home. That's where we've got flash flood warnings until 2. Flash flood warning is still ongoing in Kerr County, and a new flash flood warning for Bandera County until 1:45 this afternoon. A lot of water has to drain out of those areas. We have seen so much rain in those areas in the last 24 hours. Let's go ahead and zoom into some of these areas. Take a look at this. Nearer to Mountain Home, more than a foot of rain has fallen in the last 24 hours. Nearer to Kerrville, Ingram, anywhere from 5 to 6 to 7 inches of rain. And then near to Medina, we've seen areas near Medina that have gotten about 8 to 9 inches of rain. Bandera, 7 inches of rainfall too. This is the area that is the most stricken with drought right now, but it's too much of a good thing all at once. I want to show you where the heaviest of the rain is right now, because the heaviest of the rain is falling in parts of Comal County, near Sattler, near Greene, near New Braunfels. This is where the rain is coming down very hard. There's only a few lightning strikes here, a few flashes of lightning, a few rumbles of thunder. We're not worried about hail. The biggest thing with these showers is how heavy the rain is falling. So be very careful if you're traveling out and about, especially there's tons of low water crossings in this part of the area. So just be very careful as you're traveling out and about. These are generally moving to the north and to the east. east. You can see New Braunfels, Santa Clara, you're about to get hit with a heavy rain shower here. And then near Selma, there's a moderate rain shower. The rain really has started to taper off for areas in eastern Bexar County. Not great news, because this is the area that has missed out significantly on a lot of the rainfall in the last 24 hours. But again, we do have several more chances for rain, so don't lose hope yet for rainfall in eastern Bexar County. We've also got some heavy rain falling near Kerrville, Poth, and down near Pleasanton and Poteet and Jourdanton. Let's take a look at some rainfall amounts around San Antonio. The northwest side of Bexar County has received the vast majority of the rain. And again, this is the area that's most in drought in Bexar County, so they can have some of the rain. So these areas, Leon Springs, 3 to 4 inches of rain, Helotes, 3 inches of rain, Hollywood Park, Bulverde, 2 to 4 inches of rainfall in those areas. Nearer to Canyon Lake, we've seen 4.5 inches of rainfall. But even today, some of the gaps were filled in for areas closer to downtown San Antonio. Anywhere you see this green, that's about an inch of rainfall. So about an inch of rain, 1.5 inches has fallen around downtown San Antonio and out toward JBSA Lackland. Again, you can see that areas near China Grove, Converse kind of missed out on the rain, unfortunately, for a big part of the last couple of days. But again, we have more chances. And where the rain has fallen, it's needed it the most. Take a look at the drought monitor. This is the most recent drought monitor. I'm going to go ahead and outline here the areas that are under severe or extreme drought. And as we highlight some of the rainfall, other than nearer to Del Rio, a lot of this rain has fallen on the areas that need it the most, 4 to 8 inches. Of rainfall. As we take a look at the futurecast, you can see that rain is generally going to come to an end later on this afternoon. I've been talking a lot. And you can see that by this evening, we'll be looking at temperatures falling even more into the 70s and rain chances kind of ending. So 60% chance right now. Only a 40% this afternoon through the rush hour. And then by midnight, it'll be 75 and fairly dry outside. Tomorrow, there's another chance for rain in San Antonio. Just less coverage, only 40%, but hopefully that'll happen over the areas that have missed out on the rain in the eastern part of Bexar County. That's the nature of these showers and storms. They pop up and they drop a lot of rain, and it's just a matter of luck if it happens in your neighborhood. Looking ahead to the 7-day forecast, only in the 80s in the next several days. We're going to have daily pop-up downpours through at least Saturday in our forecast. Nice looking forecast for the end of July. I hope you get as much rain as you need in your backyard and not too much of a good thing. We'll be back with more news after the break.
One of Hollywood's most famous green heroes is taking center stage tonight at the Tobin Center, and we're not talking about the Hulk.
Ivan Herrera takes us backstage for a sneak peek at Shrek the Musical.
Fall in love all over again with Shrek, Fiona, and their fairy tale friends for Shrek the Musical at the Tobin Center.
There are all these different fairy tale creatures that exist in different worlds, and you're bringing them all into the same world. You know all the smaller stories like Humpty Dumpty and the Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf and Little Red Riding Hood and the Wicked Witch and all these different characters, and you're bringing them into the same space. A lot of the lines from the movie are still in there, which I didn't even know until we were actually riding the plane to our first stop, and I was watching the movie on the plane, and I was like, oh my gosh, like so many of the lines are the same. So yes, you will hear a lot of those iconic lines that we know and love. A lot of us play multiple characters and create the fullness of the world. It's very much an ensemble piece going around this time.
For tickets and showtimes, visit KSAT.com. Ivan Herrera, KSAT 12 News.
That looks fun.
I know. Good show to go see.
And it's always a good day at SA Live. Let's check back with them. Hey.
We are taking a juicy bite out of the world of the peach because it is the season, and Deanna Fisher from Fisher and Weezer is here. Take a look at this year's crop.
Yes, it's the best crop we've had in about 3 years or more, so we're super excited.
And this particular peach, how easy is it to
It's so easy to slice. It's called a freestone, so it easily comes away from the pit, and you can slice it, and it looks beautiful like this, and we're going to show you lots of ideas of what to do with it.
Yes, we have a few recipes, and we also put them on our website for you. And yes, I'm pouring me some peach wine for Fiona and for Deanna. We're going to have that too. Speaking of drinking, National Tequila Day is coming up. And you know how La Familia Cortez is celebrating? Well, they've got specials and some deals. This is part of the deal here. What is it? What did I get? A shot. Okay, we'll put that on hold.
Shout out to our wheel holder.
Wow,
there.
yes.
Spare no expense. Okay.
You're going to walk away. The will's going to stay. No, the will's going to stay. Speaking of deals.
Yes, a big part of fitness is the food. And this guy right here, Joe Montague, lost 80 pounds on his meal prep program, and you are now with Gourmet Gains that you created. What are some ways to meal prep at home?
Well, if you're trying to meal prep for yourself at home, I would definitely recommend adding some variety to your week. Don't get bored eating the same thing every day for lunch. And dry spices go a long way. You can add a lot of flavor without adding a bunch of calories using dry spices and seasonings.
Got it. Spices. Keep that in mind. He also has a deal for SA Live viewers. If you need more inspiration, we're also going to chat with a personal trainer today, how he's inspiring others. And I think he has a deal as well for our viewers. Lots of deals today, Fiona.
All that and more when SA Live continues from historic Market Square in just a few.
Don't want to forget our friends out west near Del Rio and Brackettville, just dealing with some good moderate rain out there. Now a little bit closer to San Antonio, I want to remind you that there are still flash flood warnings near Kerrville, Bandera. A lot of water out there, over 7 inches of rain needs to drain off, even though the rain is starting to come to an end for those areas. Meanwhile, we've got some heavy rain working its way through Canyon Lake at the moment near San Marcos. Also seeing some moderate showers near Schertz, and one moderate shower just picked up right near St. Hedwig. We've also got some moderate rainfall near Floresville, but for the most part, the heaviest of the rain is starting to come to an end. And what we're going to see in the rest of the day is a high temperature right near 82 degrees this afternoon. So not too hot at all for the end of July rather. We got some good rain this month so far. And in the days ahead, if you've missed out on the rain and you still want some more, we've got more opportunities for rainfall Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Rain is going to be pretty spotty, but wherever it pops up, it is going to produce heavy, heavy downpours, a lot like today. So just be careful out there. Remember that phrase, turn around, don't drown, and enjoy these temperatures only in the 80s.
Thank you, Sarah. And if you're looking for something light, refreshing, like a salad?
Yep. You need to go to SA Live, and it starts right now.
Helmets on.
It's 100 years in the future, and the search for a new Earth is going to be a bumpy one. We chat with the stars behind the return of an out-of-this-world